Do you want to go for a drive with me? I'm Maggie Clark, Motor City Maggie, and I am sitting inside of the Ford Mustang Mach-E, Ford's all-electric pony. I'm so excited to take you on a drive with me because I've been experiencing this vehicle over the past week, and it is so much fun to drive. This is the GT model with the performance package, and it is so fast. So before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Motor City Maggie, and let's hit the road in the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Before we get driving, I want to give you the driver POV. Here is your steering wheel design with the classic Mustang logo. We've got our advanced driver assistance systems in the left side. We've got our media buttons on the right. And we've got a very cool B&O speaker that goes all the way across the dash. So you can see that over there. There are 10 B&O speakers. We've got a 10.2-inch driver multimedia system here in the area behind the steering wheel. And then right here in the center, we have a 15.5-inch touchscreen display. So as you can see, there are no buttons. Everything is controlled by the touchscreen, which is so cool. We also have this really cool stitching and metal design on the dash, and we have memory seats. And check out this door handle. This is a really unique way to enter and exit the vehicle. It's like a little lever pull right here, so I do like that. And in the center, we do have some storage, some USB ports. We've got a wireless charging pad. There is storage underneath here, and we've got 2 cup holders, the GT logo here on the center armrest, and some storage underneath here with more power sources. We've got a 12-volt power source right there. And here is a quick peek at the second row, which is very comfortable. I actually sat in the second row of a Ford Mustang Mach-E Uber recently, and I really enjoyed it. There is no moonroof or panoramic moonroof on this model, but it is an option. Here is that circular rotary style shift knob and gear selector. And here is a quick peek at the Monroney sticker. So you can pause to read that, and you'll see that the MSRP of this model is $62,225. And this is the GT all-wheel drive 5-passenger Mustang Mach-E. And it's getting 280 miles of driving range. Okay, let's start with the drive modes. We have 3 modes: Whisper, Engage, and Unbridle. Whisper is a little conservative for me. It's a very smooth, quiet drive, and Engage is more like normal, everyday driving. And Unbridle is where it gets to be really fun. You have an instant torque response, instant acceleration, and I'm gonna test that out for you. But first we're gonna start with Engage. And as we're driving, look at this. I've got a calm screen. This is so nice. I like that. Minimal distractions. All right, here we go. I'm gonna shift into drive with my rotary dial there. And let's get out of this parking lot. Here we go. There is a 1-pedal drive option, but in my experience, when I've been using that, it's almost too much. I know that it does optimize your battery power, but it is so dramatic because as soon as you let off the accelerator, the vehicle really brakes dramatically and almost comes to a complete stop. And this is so cute. Look, we are behind a Ford Mustang convertible. So we are in Los Angeles, and there are tons of Ford Mustang Mach-E's. I see them all over the place, which is really fun. It's become a very popular vehicle here. Electric cars in general are very popular, and I think right now people are looking for a Tesla alternative. And if you like the Tesla Model Y, if you like the 5-passenger crossover SUV shape, and you like the performance and the technology and the price, you're going to find a very strong competitor in the Mustang Mach-E in all of those categories. All right, I am now merging onto the famous 405 in Los Angeles. Woo! Just give it a little power right there. And if you are not familiar with the 405, it is a massive freeway here in Los Angeles. It is huge, and there is always traffic. So we are filming on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. and we are definitely going to be in some traffic. Check this out. There is a Ferrari coming up next to me. Here it is. Oh, baby, look at that. It's brand new too. And then here's a Rolls Royce. So welcome to Los Angeles, everyone. This is some good car watching here. All right, so now we are going to drive hands-free on the 405 in Los Angeles using Ford's BlueCruise. And all I do is press, oh, and of course the Rolls Royce just cut me off there. And he also doesn't have any plates. So I feel like these two guys might be together. Now I'm going to activate BlueCruise, which is Ford's hands-free driving. So all I do is press one button, which is on the steering wheel. It's this little dial in the car. And I am waiting for the blue steering wheel to pop up, and it's on, and it says I am now in BlueCruise. So I can adjust my speed by pressing this lever here, because right now I was only at 14. So I'm gonna amp it up to 60, and then I can adjust how much space I want in front of me with the other vehicle. So I'm gonna do, there's 4 options in space, and I'm gonna go to the second option. So I've got kind of 2 car lengths in between me and this Silverado in front of me. So now I've got my feet flat on the floor. I am not pressing the brake or the accelerator, and I have my hands off the steering wheel, and the car is driving itself. I'm in BlueCruise. I'm in hands-free driving in the Ford Mustang Mach-E. This is so cool. Hey, you know what, Mr. Ferrari? I bet you don't have BlueCruise. I bet you're not driving hands-free. Sucker. This is so cool. Look, I'm dancing, I'm relaxed, but you have to stay alert when you're using BlueCruise. You cannot be on your phone, you can't be turning around. You have to keep your eyes on the road, because if you look away, this little monitor right here behind the steering wheel is watching your eyes to make sure that you are still alert while you're driving. And if you look away, or if anything strange happens with the road lines in front of you, or a lot of people are cutting you off or something, then it may tell you to put your hands back on the steering wheel. Also, I think after a certain amount of time, it does tell you to put your hands on the steering wheel just to check in and make sure that you're still alert and you're still in control. So, look at this, you guys. I'm driving hands-free on the 405. This is so wild. I love it. I'm gonna take a drink of my water and just relax. And again, I'm not braking or accelerating. So watch this. We're approaching traffic. I almost stepped on the brake, but look, the vehicle is braking for me. So some general observations about driving this vehicle, besides the fact that it is so much fun and it just has me smiling ear to ear every time I'm driving it, is the seat I don't find particularly comfortable. It is a sport performance seat, which is awesome, but you sit really far back into the seat, and I feel like it doesn't really have the back support that I like to have when I'm driving, especially long distances. Another observation is, since this is the sport performance package, it does have a different dampening suspension. And I mean, I'm still feeling every bump in the road. It is a little bit of a bumpy ride. And another observation is, this is kind of cool. If you look out the front of the vehicle, you'll notice the hood lines, and the hood is really bumpy. It's got a really bumpy design, and it's cool. I mean, it's very Mustang. Oh my gosh, wait, check this out. I'm getting in front of, wait, I'm gonna slow down so they can pass us, a red Mustang Mach-E. They're coming up on our right. Check it out, on the right. Here's another Mustang Mach-E in red. Hey girl, hey girl, hey. I think she saw me. That's so funny. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can open up a little bit. Check this out, I'm now going 56. And it is so easy to go fast in this vehicle. I was driving the other day, and 1 second I was going 65, the next I was going 80. I mean, you accelerate so quickly and so smoothly. It is easy to get carried away. But thankfully, there is a speed limit sign that is usually in your driver information display that tells you what the speed limit is, so you can always be aware of what the speed limit is, so you are always driving safely. Let's talk about how many horses this pony has. I have 480 horsepower, and your mind is about to be blown with the torque. 700 pound-feet of torque, because again, this is the performance package. So normally you would get 600 pound-feet of torque on the Mustang Mach-E, but with the performance package, you are getting 700. I mean, that's crazy. It's going 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. It is so fast. It is so much fun to drive, and I have been loving it. I love a fast car. I do. I just, I mean, come on. I know you all love speed out there too, because woo, I love a little acceleration and power, and the Mustang Mach-E totally has that. This infotainment system is so great, and again, if you are comparing this vehicle to the Tesla Model Y, one thing that always drives me nuts about Teslas is that they don't allow for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I love Apple CarPlay. I am an Apple user, and I prefer Apple Maps to any other dynamic navigation or navigation system out there. And the fact that Tesla doesn't offer that is really frustrating. So I'm so happy that the Mustang Mach-E offers both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and that could be a deciding point for somebody who's comparing the two vehicles, especially because the screens are very similar in size and in layout. So the steering also on the Mustang Mach-E is a little stiff. It does feel like you're driving a heavier vehicle, and the turning radius isn't that great. So right now it says that I have 63% of my battery left, or 166 miles of driving range. And like I said before, the range is 280 miles. However, there are some models of the Mustang Mach-E that are up to 320 miles of range, and this model is over $60,000 because it's the GT model with the performance package and with BlueCruise, because BlueCruise is actually not a standard feature. It is about $2,000 extra. So that bumps up the price a little bit too. So charging, you can charge this vehicle at home, which would be super convenient. You can charge it at most charging stations around the country, I believe. And get this, Ford actually now has a Tesla charging network adapter. So you would be able to charge a Mustang Mach-E using the Tesla supercharger network, which is really great and really convenient because they are all over. So that's great. That's a great option for people like me who live in a condo building and don't have charging at home. Okay, so I merged onto the 90, which is a smaller freeway in Los Angeles because I want to go a little faster and the traffic isn't so bad here. So I'm getting over and I'm gonna go a little faster. Oh, the speed limit's only 55 though, so I can't be too bad. On the other hand, that guy's going pretty fast. Here we go, I'm picking it up a little bit. Woo! And here's another Ford Mustang Mach-E. See, I told you, they are common here in Los Angeles. We've already seen two. We're gonna try out the Unbridle and see what that's like when I am driving down this road. I might try and go a little 0 to 60 action. We'll see. Performance upgrade enabled. Here we go. I got a little straightaway. Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh my God! Oh my God, that was so fun! Yeah, that was 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds for sure. That was awesome. Okay, my heart is racing. I just pulled into my parking structure, and this is interesting with the cameras. If you want to use the cameras, you have to press the camera button here. to turn on the cameras. Now, in order to do that, you just tap the button there, but the cameras will turn on their own if the parking sensors go off, if you get too close to something. But me, if I'm pulling into a parking spot, I want the cameras to go on automatically. So I do wish that they went on when the vehicle started to go below 10 miles per hour, like some of the other competitors will. Dynamic guidelines are there on the cameras, which make it really easy to see where you're going. And the cameras are great. So you have the 360-degree views. So you have an aerial view and you have your backup view. But see, I just switched into drive and my camera went off, but I still want my cameras on, so I have to turn them back on. But it's just a light tap that'll activate those camera views for you. And then I like the aerial view because you can make sure that you are perfectly inside of those lines. And I can go a little further. All right, and I'm in park. Again, here's your 15.5-inch display. It is so nice, it is very clear, it is easy to use. Here are your drive controls, and here are your other categories. We've got our connectivity, we've got vehicle, we've got general, all kinds of controls, and we've got our Ford Assistant, we've got Amazon Alexa, and we've got valet mode. We also have apps, so we get karaoke. How fun is that? Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. There is a charging app, so you can see your charging status when you're charging at home, and there's also public charging, so you can see where the nearby chargers are for you, and you can see if it's compatible and how many spots are available, and then you can navigate there. And you can also check out your trip information. Ooh, and you can see what your energy was used for during that drive. So you can see that I was using some for climate and accessories. And how is my driving? My driving's pretty good, I think, right? I think that looks pretty impressive. All right, I like that. And you can go to entertainment. Check this out. You can watch YouTube, so you can watch Motor City Maggie inside your car. You can play games, tiles, blocks, lane change, Sudoku, what? Bridge battle, parking lot. Oh, wait, I saw this one before, and sketch, so you can draw pictures. And here's Motor City Maggie, drawing in the Mustang. Not my best work, but that's okay. Okay, I want to play the parking lot because I heard about this game. I think I want to exit the park. No. Am I?
Yeah, because you're boxing.
No, check it out.
Oh, smarty pants.
Out of here. I won. Okay, so here is your Mustang key. And check this out. As I approach the vehicle unlocks and the lights turn on, and the very cool pony floodlight is illuminated. I love that. And then this is how you open the doors. So you just press this little circle here, and then you can use this handle to pop open the door, and then you are welcomed with this animation. You can also use this keypad to get inside the vehicle with your secret code, and you can use your phone as your key. Also, I'm obsessed with the illuminated pony in the front of the vehicle. It is such a nice touch for this Mustang. So, what did you think of the Ford Mustang Mach-E? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much to Ford for lending me this vehicle. I have always wanted to be a Ford Mustang girl, and I'm so excited that I got to be one over the past week. So give this video a like, leave a nice comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Motor City Maggie so you can see all of my latest automotive content. And if you'd like to see a full walk-around tour of the Ford Mustang Mach-E, make sure you stay tuned to my channel because that is also going to be posted here on Motor City Maggie. So until next time, motor on. Bye.